Hi, Millie here, and the subject for today and what I want to talk to you about today is how do we find out what we want to do in our lives. And I think it's very important for a lot of people to figure out now what is it that we want to do, because we have the freedom to think about that. And I met a friend a few days ago, and she said, I'm going out of my mind, Millie. I don't know what I want to do in my life, what I want to do with my life. And I totally related to that, because for a very long time I also struggled with that. And it took me a lot of time to figure it out. So first thing that I want to talk to you, to tell you today is to be gentle with yourself. Be very gentle with yourself when you ask yourself this, and when you are on this journey, be very gentle with yourself. It's not like we are supposed to know this, or we are supposed to have things figured out. So sometimes it takes a lot of time to figure out. And even if we do figure it out, it might change in time, and most definitely will change in time. Even if we know what we want to do, it will be time that will mold this conclusion, and it will be our further experiences and growth that will shape this conclusion. So take it slowly, give it time. Know that you will be provided, know that everything will be okay. And this is the first thing that I want to talk to you, to tell you today. And the second thing is that from a certain perspective, looking at things from a certain perspective, the things that we want to do will change further on many times and in many ways. But from another perspective, looking from our core, from the core of our being, I think there will be things that will never, in a way, this conclusion will never change. And what I want to invite you to do now is just a simple exercise to ask yourself, what is it that you were doing when you were a kid? I took some time and I asked myself, what is it that I was doing and I wanted to do when I was a child? And I realized that I'm doing the same things now. I was dancing when I was small, and I'm doing things with the same consistency as I was back then. For example, I was dancing, and I was dancing very often, almost every day. And I'm doing this also today. I'm dancing very often, almost every day. And the other thing I was doing, I remember now, it was I was on the back entrance of our building. We had this very big metallic doors, and the thing I remember, do you remember also for you, what is it for you? I couldn't wait for one particular play that we were doing. We were playing teacher and students, and I couldn't wait for this for me to to have the role, to go in front and to play the teacher and to write and to talk and to gesticulate there. And I was talking to my neighbors and the other kids, and I realized I'm doing this today also. I love to talk to people now, I was talking to other girls, and now I'm also talking to other girls. I'm doing these feminine workshops, and now I'm doing these videos, so it's basically the same. So I'm doing exactly the same thing now. I'm talking, I'm gesticulating, I'm teaching, I'm talking to people, and it's just that it took me 38 years to gather up the information that I want to share or pass on. And okay, and let me get my notes so that I don't forget something valuable that I wanted to share with you. So consider the thing that it may not be just one thing that you want to do. Most probably nowadays we are so complex in our thinking, in our perspective upon life, that maybe in time you will find a mixture of your interests, of your abilities, of your skills, and you'll find a very special mixture of things, something that hasn't been done yet, a job that hasn't been invented yet, who knows. And the most important experience, I want to share with you my experience today, the thing that helped me the most. The thing that helped me the most in figure out things was a very contrasting experience. And what do I mean by that? Last year I took a 2-month job, and it was that kind of a job where I was literally deprived of my freedom. We were working 13 hours a day, and I had no time for myself, no time for my thoughts, for anything. All my time, my being, my energy was there 100% of the time. And I realized in those moments, I had this revelation, this came to me, I understood what was it that I would have done if I weren't there. And it wasn't so many things, and I realized that there weren't that many things as I would have thought. And it was particular stuff, it was the same stuff that I'm doing now, that I was talking to you earlier, that I wanted to do and I couldn't. So sometimes having an experience that is so contrasting, providing the necessary contrast in order for us to better see and to figure out things. And even if you think that taking a job won't, I'm wasting time, there's no such thing as wasted time. Believe me, every little job that you have had, it will provide something. It will provide a positive aspect. It will teach you things, it will teach you some skills that you will use further on. I have used every little skill that I have, everything that I have learned in my jobs further on. Okay, and the last thing that I want to share with you today is is a tip, and it's something that also helped me a lot. I learned from somebody. I heard somebody talking about this, and I learned. I wrote on a piece of paper this sentence, this question: what is it that wants to be manifested through me today? And every time I felt stuck, like, or I had a day where I didn't know what to do next. Because when you're on your own and you are figuring things out, and you are an entrepreneur, especially when you're an entrepreneur, you will have days when you won't have all the steps figured out. So ask yourself, I advise you to ask yourself this question. And the most challenging thing is to train yourself to listen. I think this is where the training is, and this is where the skill is, to be able to make space for that question and for that answer to come up, because it's not just about yourself. You are connected to everything else out there and to source energy, and you need to learn to make space for this. So don't ask yourself when you're on a bus or watching the internet or TV. Just ask yourself this: what is it that wants to be manifested through me today? And just take a few moments and breathe and take your time, and who knows what may happen. I hope you will find something valuable on this, what I have shared with you today. I hope it will provide a little bit of an inspiration for you. So let me know, and have a beautiful day, have a beautiful week. I love you. Ciao.